Captain on the bridge.
Alright, Captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online X feed, so on screen. Yes, Captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. It'll help this video, but also help the channel out. And of course, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now that said, here we go. Caps, we have a lot to go over. You already saw the thumbnail, so what we're going to do is drop the ECs on the latest and, of course, on the new bundle, and then give our conclusions. But I have a sneaking suspicion some of you already know how I feel about a certain ship. With that said, we'll just start here. Okay, so first up, I said starting tomorrow on PC, which is today. Earn bonus rewards, and this is on PC. Earn bonus rewards for your Admiralty missions for a week. So again, that starts today, July 8th, and it goes until the 15th. So we're launching the Admiralty bonus events. Your Admiralty missions will give out bonus rewards during the special events. You'll find that all of your assignments give out extra campaign XP, allowing for faster progression, no matter whose missions you're completing. And of course, that is either Ferengi, Federation, or Klingon, or Romulan, or Dominion? No, sorry, those three. Sorry, that's what I'm thinking about. Anyways, all tour duty missions will award bonus to lithium ore during this event. And of course, enjoy the special event. So there you go. Those who love doing the paperwork, aka Admiralty, well, there you go. We get some bonus rewards from that. So there's that. Next up, Star Trek Online will have maintenance on all platforms. And of course, as of this video, it is done. No patch notes, but we had to go actually to the site, Arc Games here, to actually get the patch notes. So here are the patch notes. So this is for today. So this is only for PC. So general, fixed an issue where the Heart of the Matter event second chance buyout was giving the player the wrong items upon purchase. Players that already purchased this should be able to reclaim the items they were not given. So didn't even know that was an issue, but there you go, that is fixed. Known issues: console universal side pulse phaser powers is not portraying the correct countdown, but the feature still functions. This is one of the new consoles on the new ships. We'll go over that in a bit. Ship variants included in the Timeless Legacy bundle are not included in the description of the bundle, but will be received upon purchase. So there are the patch notes. Thank you, XFeed, for putting that there. And let me just say, none of this is on the Discord announcements. I'm not even joking. As of the drop of this video, it's not even on the Discord. So I've already said my piece about that. We'll probably keep saying stuff, but anyways. All right, next up here, we know about this. Vengeance God, aka our former CM, Ambassador Kale, is having a stream with Pundis, Bordicus, and Thomas in regards to the new Timeless Legacy bundle. But we will be going over that ourselves. Next up here, need everything all at once? Ship bundles and expansion bundles are now 35% off on Xbox and PlayStation. That is a pretty hefty sale and a good sale. I'm not even going to lie. 35% is the best you can really get nowadays, and this is from July 8th, so today is the drop of this video, and this goes only till the 13th. So save 35% on ship bundles, expansion bundles in the Zen store. And of course, perfect chance for you to get everything you want there. So again, this is for my console caps. And here we go, the main reason why we're here. So the Timeless Legacy Starship Bundle, celebrating many classic and timeless eras of Star Trek, arrived on PC today. Read up on all the included ships and watch the trailer in our blog. I want to go over this picture, as you already saw in the thumbnail, Captains. This is a great looking picture, I'm not even gonna lie. And yes, the Proxima was the ship included, and look at that, a TOS variant. That is very interesting. And a new version of the Ranger. I'm not gonna lie, Caps, that Stowe variant looks pretty smexy. it almost looks like a hybrid of like an Akira as well as the Corolla, or Gagarin. Like, it really does look pretty good. Not a fan of the nacelles, of how thin they are in terms of when you look at them from the side and the front, but everything else looks pretty smexy. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, the OKINAWA, we already know about that. So this is very, very different than the ship offering from last year and what I expected this year. So what am I talking about? So last year we got the Heritage Bundle, which I believe this was the continuation of this Timeless Bundle, which had Star Trek Online pulled from older games. Of course, we got the Typhon, or the Typhoon, I should say. We got the Achilles and the Premonition. I was super excited about this bundle. They did such a great job, not only promoting, and I'm gonna stop right there. The promotion of this Timeless Bundle was kind of lackluster, to be honest with you. No hype, no other clues given out. This Heritage Bundle, last year there was so much leading up to it, but this year, nothing. Deca's first swing, I guess, kind of a miss, I'm not gonna lie. But this bundle was absolutely phenomenal. Going back to this bundle, I think they could have pulled another ship, but we know recently that they did remaster the Ranger. Well, this is the reason why. I don't know why they included in this bundle. That could have been a ship on its own, in my opinion, and they could have added another ship from another game, from another previous game. What? They had so many to pull from, to be honest. And you know what? I don't think it would have hurt them to add a KDF or a Romulan ship, because those past games also did have ships that were of KDF and Romulan faction. But it is what it is. This is what we got. This time they decided to go with 2 ships from previous game and just a new ship from Star Trek Online. So I think the Heritage Bundle was done better in regards to promotion, but also what they put in that bundle compared to this, in my opinion, at this point in time. So anyways, I'm ranting a little bit here. So what are we gonna do now? We're gonna go to the actual blog itself. So the rest of this video is gonna be concentrated on these ships. So the Timeless Legacy Bundle. The Timeless Legacy Starship Bundle is a celebration of starships from the original series era, the motion picture era, and many other timeless classics. So there you go. Now, there is, and this is of course by Counselor Sana, there is a video here that we can watch. So what we're going to do is pop over to the YouTube here and watch it, because I have it already here ready.
For I dipped into the future, far as human eye could see. Saw the vision of the world and all the wonder that would be. Saw the heaven fill with commerce, argosies of magic sails, pilots of the purple twilight, dropping down with costly bales. Heard the heavens fill with shouting. And the rained a ghastly dew. From the nation's airy navies, grappling in the central blue. Far along the worldwide whisper of the south wind rushing warm. With the standards of the people plunging through the thunderstorm. until the war drum throbbed no longer, and the battle flags were furled. The Parliament of Men, the Federation of the World. There the common sense of most shall hold a fretful realm in awe, and the kindly earth shall slumber, lapped in universal law.
And there is the video, a very good one, coming off the heels of the 15th anniversary. The 15th anniversary, for some reason, I kind of thought they were going to do that. They used no actual stove shots in that, but all new CGI. Now, in fairness, the Heritage Bundle last year used all the ships from in-game, so it was really well done. I liked it. It showcased a couple of things. I think it showcased the weapon, the experimental weapon from the Okinawa and the console from the PROXIMA. But as you can see there are the ship variants of them. Yeah, we're going to go over this in the blog, but I am not going to lie, Caps. The PROXIMA T6 skin looks pretty smexy. I think we can make that work. The Okinawa one here reminds me of a fan-made ship from Star Trek Renegades. I can't remember the name of that ship, but it reminds me of that. I kind of like it, not gonna lie. But there is a problem I have with it. We'll go over that in a bit. Of course, it has the TOS versions of these ships, which is good. And again, I already said that the Ranger T6 version is looking kind of smexy. So Space Barbie wise, it's looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Again, we'll probably go back to this video when we're going over the console there. But there is that video, and we'll continue on with the blog here. So it was kind of weird, that narration, I'll say. I don't know how I felt about it. Captains, let me know in the comments below how you felt about it. I'm just kind of meh. I like the trailer. I'd say the Heritage Bundle did a lot better along with the 15th, but anyways, we'll continue on here. So I think this is what actually was reading here, if I'm not mistaken. So for I dipped into the future, far as human eye could see, saw the vision of the world and all the wonder that would be. That's Alfred Tennyson. So the United Federation of Planets has seen trials and tribulations throughout the centuries. That quote, however, a quote the USS Voyager was dedicated to, represents the very best of the Federation's Starfleet, its enduring, timeless legacy. During the strife of the mid-23rd century, relations between the Klingons and the Federation were marred by conflict. As a peacekeeping arm of the Federation, Starfleet bolstered its fleet with starships such as the Proxima class. Again, the Proxima class is from Star Trek Legacy, a game there that we did play growing up, and super happy that it is here. Now, it's not the Yamato or the twin hull battleship from Star Trek Starfleet Command, but hopefully there's a shot that comes into Star Trek Online and that they do it right. More on that later. When the century moved on and the politics of the quadrant shifted in the wake of a plethora of incidents, Starfleet strengthened its borders with ships like the Okinawa class. Of course, that is from Star Trek Starfleet Command. The starter ship, I always remember that, the starter ship that you commanded first thing. And now, with the dawn of the 25th century upon us, with new conflicts arising from every corner, an old classic has been updated into the WARDEN class. Of course, it's a Ranger. Time will tell how Starfleet fares against new and coming threats. Times are changing, but time and again, Starfleet has inspired alliance and exploration, boldly going where no one has gone before. The Timeless Legacy Bundle features ships from throughout the aesthetic eras of Star Trek, featuring ships and variants from the original series era, the motion picture era, and Star Trek Online's own contemporary look itself. Two ships from this bundle have been inspired by classic Star Trek games, so the Proxima class, which includes the refit Proxima 2 from Star Trek Legacy, and the Okinawa class from Star Trek Starfleet Command. I don't know, for me, Caps, reading these games and just knowing that the ships are in Star Trek Online makes me happy. It really does. The latter of which also includes the TOS era Ventura class from IDW's Star Trek crew. Hey, that's cool. Didn't know that. Well, there you go. A lot of these comic crossovers, past game Star Trek crossovers, I'm here for it. I definitely am here for it. Those two ships are joined by new STO era renditions, the Pollux class and the Alameda class, respectively. The Warden class, the third ship in the bundle, is a STO era rendition of the original Ranger class ship introduced in the Star Trek Online expansion Agents of Yesterday. It also includes a TMP era refit, the Ranger 2 class, for enjoyers of that era. Love that we're just getting just huge number of TMP ships and TOS ships here in Star Trek Online. So that is a definite bonus for sure. I was actually going to buy Caps. I was gonna buy the Tier 5 Ranger because I had nothing else to buy, but I'm gonna get it now. So, but I still might buy it just cause. Star Trek Timeless Legacy stretches both through its universe and throughout life, and its ships have been a mainstay of the franchise. Many of you may have grown up playing those games 100%, and we are excited to bring more ships from classic games to life in Star Trek Online. See out there, that away, Captain. So, okay, calm down, Triz. I'm not gonna lie, Captains, I already flipped tables, so I should be somewhat calm by going through this. Okay, the Proxima Miracle Worker Science Dreadnought. There is a pause there. Why? Oh man, like, should I get into it now? I'll get into it a little bit. Okay, like, the Proxima, as seen in Star Trek Legacy, okay, had torpedo launchers on the saucer. A torpedo pod. The Dreadnought part is right, but the Miracle Worker science? It should have been a full command tactical dreadnought. It's a dreadnought. Oh, I can't. Is it gonna stop us from getting it? No. But dear Lord, what a missed opportunity. God, what a missed opportunity. Anyways. Okay, we'll go on. New ship available to purchase separately also includes a TMP-inspired Proxima 2 variant, as well as a STO-inspired Pollux variant. And the details here. So, we'll go over this ship first here, which is right here. Again, even the TOS version had a torpedo pod. Why am I leaning into this a little bit here? Well, because from the 15th anniversary bundle, the Shangri-La had a prominent torpedo launcher on the saucer. They actually used that to make it, one, a command ship, and also have its console be a torpedo launcher. If they would have made it a dual seat, even made the command a secondary one, so that it had lieutenant commander and just had concentrate firepower, I would have been happy. I really would have. But to Miracle Worker, a dreadnought that has 2 torpedo launchers, what a missed opportunity. Anyways, I had this ready because I had to bring it up. I really did, Captain. Sorry. I might keep going. I'm not sure, but anyways. So there's the TOS skin there. So, Proxima Miracle Worker Science Dreadnought. I'm over it. Okay. With the release of the new Timeless Legacy bundle on July 8th, players on PC will have the chance to pilot the Proxima Miracle Worker Science Dreadnought. I don't know why I'm saying it Dreadnought. Science Dreadnought utilizes the additional power of its nacelles and deflectors in a way that makes it stand out in battle. Now, okay, there was a captain in my comments below, in one of my previous videos. I apologize, I don't remember your name, but they called it. It was going to be some sort of weird thing because of the dual deflectors. That should not be a reason why this is a sci ship. Okay. Anyways, so for my console caps though, oh sorry, the factors in the way it makes stand out in battle. This ship will arrive August 27th, so that's what we're looking at. Essentially, captains, August 27th. My console caps will have this bundle there as well. Now, Proxima Miracle Worker Science Dreadnought. I love this, but as you can see there, space console is the side pulse phasers, which we saw in the trailer there. Space console ability, side pulse phaser. Oh, there's 2 different things here. Starship trait, use of power, and it does have a hangar. So that is cool. It has a hangar, but still. Weapons 4-3. Oh no! No! I just saw that. For some reason, I was still expecting a 4-4 at least. Oh, what a missed opportunity. Anyways, consoles. Anyways, we'll go over that in a bit here. So the Proxima Miracle Worker Science Dreadnought is a starship that only the United Federation of Planets Starfleet would build. Like I said, captains, I already flipped tables. Trust me. This is already me calm. It can simultaneously conduct specialized research and survey missions while also sporting a formidable defense armament, making any aggressors think twice before attacking. Its distinct dual hulls, are opposed to a variety of both scientific and defensive systems. Starfleet engineers designed the ship with power generation and capacity in mind, and the added facilities across the vessel are able to provide that power in even the most extreme scenarios. So, ship comes with a Commander Science/Miracle Worker, and a Lieutenant Commander Universal/Miracle Worker. Thankfully, there is mixed armament that I can make use to help my torpedoes, because I'm making this torpedo. I don't really care. I've done it before, I'll do it again. And the looks is saving it right now for me from flipping another table. I'm not gonna lie. Comment below table flip, hashtag something, I don't know. Costumes and customization. So the Starship includes 3 visual variants, featuring the stylings of different Star Trek eras. So the Proxima visual variant originated from beloved 2006 game Starship Legacy, a game which itself spanned every era of Star Trek, which is one of my favorite games. Proxima's original series styling combined with its distinct dual hulls and foreign cell earned it a permanent place in the hearts of ship lovers everywhere. Yep. And then I saw the TMP version, like, Urgh! The Proxima 2, look. The Proxima visual variant also appeared in Star Trek Legacy as a 2270s refit version of the original. We're proud to include this version of the ship for captains to fly as well. Look how prominent the torpedo launchers are. You have 6 torpedo launchers there, and then 2 more there, or however many that is. Regardless, just like the Shangri-La, this only just had 3 at the front, and then they made it a command. Like, it's still beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Now the Pollux is totally new design, which brings the Proxima layout to Stowe's current era. It supports the highest contrast advanced hull plating native to Star Trek Online's 25th century. This looks good. I'm not even gonna lie. This looks good. I really do like the look of this though. The 4 nacelles, the swept back pylons, and then you have almost this Akira-ish again theme going on here, and I absolutely love it. I do like it. The actual deflector is kind of weird, but it kind of works because it's smexy. Anyways, we'll keep going. Yeah, that's sexy. Ship details. So tier 6, of course. Hull mod 1.3, shield mod 1.3 as well. Again, 4-3 weapon layout pisses me off to no end. Device slot 3. British Officer Stations, Commander Science again, Miracle Worker, Lieutenant Commander Universal, Miracle Worker, Lieutenant Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Engineering, and Lieutenant Ensign Psi. Again, we'll make this work. With the way that we play our casual play, we'll make this work, okay? But for me, optimally, it would have been great, those command. Stop, Triz, stop. Anyways, consoles. 3 TAC, 3 Eng, 5 Psi, and 1 Universal. Base turn rate 7, Impulse mod 118, Inertia 35, plus 10 to Shield, plus 20 to Aux. And then the console Universal is Side Pulse Phasers, which is the blue. Would have been nice if it was just actually just orange, but sure. Or it'd be era appropriate depending on the ship you put on. That sounds a little too complicated, but one can wish. Hangar bays, it does 1, and it does actually have pre-equipped the Type F shuttlecraft. Innovation ship mechanic, the cyclical quantum slipstream drive. It can equip dual cannons, SecDef, subsystem targeting, and sensor analysis. So it does have a Starship Mastery package of a Dreadnought, so plus exotic. Oh god, I'm not a Sci-Fu cap too. That's why I'm not really too happy. Plus shield HP, plus healing, and plus shield regen / hardness, and the Starship trait is use of power. There is the stats: Eng 28, Psi 55, TAC 33, -5 maintenance per any ship, not small craft. So the console Universal Side Pulse Phasers. So Federation Science Scientists have managed to find a way to store energy normally lost due to overcharging systems. This energy can therefore be utilized in secondary systems such as the side pulse phasers, which are unaffected by other effects on your ship and bring a dose of firepower to your left and right sides at times of emergency. See, this would have been great if it was the first 4-4 side dreadnought. You had, I don't know, I just feel like broadsiding was your guys' goal with this deca. And then you make it a 4-3? Why not make this a 4-4? I could have really made that work. Could they have probably had to change a console slot or whatever, but I think it would have made a little bit more sense if you would have done a 4-4 with this side pulse phasers. Are they making this that fourth little weapon slot in the aft? I still don't think it's worth it. Anyways, I'll keep going. So side pulse phasers, which are unaffected by other effects in your power to left and right times of emergency, fires bursts of phaser fire over a 4-second period. So passively, the console also provides a boost to power transfer rate and max shields, because of course shields matter in this game. Not. Tooltip, here you go. Again, it would have been nice if you guys put a GIF here beside the tooltip. Would have worked. I think it really worked to sell the ship even more. So there you go, +5 max aux power, +76 power transfer rate, and there you go. Side firing plus high energy damage. Side facing phasers target up to 5 foes per burst in a 5-click range. 5 click? That should have been 10. Why not make it 10? Oh, 5,647.5 phaser damage to each foe inside arc. There you go, 30-second recharge. The Starship trait, use of power, built to enhance the use of the Starship's deflector array. Your ship exploits the maximum aux power cap and uses the extra energy to boost a number of subsystems to assist in combat, enhancing your Starship shield, pen, and weapon specialization and weapon amplification for a set period. So use of power. Weapon skills from Psi and or Miracle Worker buff abilities. So for 20 seconds when activating Science or Miracle Worker abilities, plus 130 of Starship Shield Pen, crit chance, and crit severity. That sounds pretty good. Values scale with max aux power may only trigger once per 60 seconds. I like the sound of that. Not gonna lie, I like the sound of that. So there is the Proxima. I am happy with the Space Barbie. Not going to lie. The Space Barbie is strong with this one. I'm just very disappointed in the missed opportunity to make this a command dreadnought. I just don't know why they made this decision. Just because of the 2 deflectors like that. I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that. Anyways, next up here, the Warden multi-mission temporal cruiser. Of course, now we can go here to its blog here. I like the T6 version. Again, it reminds me of like if the Akira and the Gagarin had a baby. There you go. So command the Warden multi-mission temporal cruiser. So to the game, as part of the Timeless Legacy Bundle, of course, again, is a Warden multi-mission temporal cruiser. So with the release of the new Timeless Bundle, of course, blah blah blah, August 27th. So here is a little snapshot. You have the space console, expanding sphere generator, space console ability, expanding sphere generator, Starship trait is Hellbore Light, hangar pets, the Valkyrie fighters it comes with, 4/4, and of course we'll get into it here. So the Warden multi-mission temporal cruiser, following in the footsteps of its venerated predecessor, the Warden class multi-mission temporal cruiser is a powerful space control ship that's even more versatile than the original Ranger class battle cruiser. The Warden expands its capabilities with a squadron of Valkyrie fighters, and also comes equipped with potent new technologies to secure its operating area. Its expanding sphere generator makes it ideally suited for removing mines and harassing fighters from the battlefield, clearing the path for other larger Federation vessels. This, combined with the Warden's Hellbore Light, make it an essential tool for Starfleet Command in these challenging times. So the ship features is, again, a Commander Engineering / Temporal Operative Special Bridge Officer, and a Lieutenant Commander Tactical / Temporal Operative Specialist Bridge Officer seat. There you go, the costumes and customization. So the Starship includes 3 visual variants featuring the styles of the Star Trek era. So the first one, This has been in game since the TOS era there, or Agents of Yesterday, I should say. The Ranger visual variant at Star Trek Online original design recently remastered to celebrate the mid-century modern look of Star Trek, the original series. So this is why they remastered it, is because it wasn't being included in this bundle. And I like it. It does look pretty good. We did a video on that as well. So the Ranger 2 visual variant updates a Ranger designed to be at home in the late 23rd century of the classic Star Trek feature film. So again, looks pretty good. Very prominent deflector when we'll have a look at it later. And then the Warden visual variant sports the high contrast advanced hull plating of the native of Star Trek Online's 25th century, and is the ship default. So I love the deflector. The deflector looks smexy. I'm not gonna lie, it looks smexy. I love the profile of the ship. Again, I wish the nacelles were a little taller, but it works. I think it works. So the details here. So again, tier 6, hull mod 1.25, shield mod 1.15, 4-4 weapon layout. Should have been 4-3, or 5-3, I should say. Device slot 4. Here's the officer stations again. Commander Engineering / Temporal, Lieutenant Commander Tactical / Temporal, Lieutenant Commander Science, Lieutenant Engineering, and Ensign Universal. Console layout 3 TAC, 5 Eng, 3 Psi. So definitely can lace this with ISO mags. Base turn rate 10, impulse mod 0.17, inertia 45, +5 to weapon and shield, +10 to aux. So the console again, the expanding sphere generator. The hangar bays 1, and it has actually Kodai fighters. I don't know why it says Valkyrie, but sure, because editing. Cruiser command, it only has weapon, shield efficiency, and shield frequency modulation. The mastery package is that of a cruiser, so plus kinetic and physical damage resistance, plus regen, plus energy and radiation damage resistance, plus max hull hit points, and starship trait is Hellbore Light. Admiralty stats, Eng 31, 29 for Psi, and 66 for TAC. 2.5 critical rating from TAC. So here you go, the console universal expanding sphere generator. So referred to as the ESG, I'm not going to read that. This weapon was originally used by the alien race that had invented it, and space pirates who adapted them for their own use. Although it has its uses in defense, the sphere of energy that is generated around the ship is charged like a phaser capacitor, capable of dealing damage to enemies that are unfortunate to be close by. So this console generates an expanding sphere of radiation around your ship, which reaches max size after 15 seconds. Enemy ships that enter this sphere take damage and have their shields weakened. Incoming projectiles that fly into this sphere are destroyed. That's cool. This console also provides a passive effect. When receiving a debuff, automatically cleanse it and gain a small amount of temp HP. This effect can only trigger once every 30 seconds. So here is the tooltip for this. There you go. So for 20 seconds, centered on self, emit a slowly expanding sphere that expands out 5 clicks only, radius over time, or 582 radiation damage times 4 per second. Both within this sphere is minus 50% shield resistance for 20 seconds, even after leaving the sphere. Small enemy targets are vaporized by this sphere, so those are mines, torpedoes, fighters, etc. And the starship trait, Hellbore Light. So the Hellbore Light starship trait adds an additional weapon fire to your attacks while you're under the effects of beams, overload, or cannons rapid fire. When firing directed energy weapons and under the effects of those modes, a Hellbore Light is also launched, which applies the Hellbore debuff to an enemy that it hits. Dealing directed energy weapon damage to enemies affected by Hellbore drains all their shield facings. Ooh! That sounds cool. If a shield facing fails in this way, an additional explosion ignites and deals plasma damage to enemies within 2.5 clicks of the affected ship and removes the Hellbore debuff. So there is the tooltip there. Additional shield drain and damage under beams, overload, and cannon rapid fire. So while under the effects again, so Hellbore Light to foes for 10 seconds. This is for energy weapons only. When taking directed energy weapon damage from any source, drain 5% of maxed shields. If shields are depleted while under this effect, trigger a 2.5 radius explosion dealing 10,000 plasma damage to foes near target. all right, that sounds kind of cool. Not sure if it's going to be anything meta crazy, but we're not really into the meta that much anymore. Not that we were ever. So there is the Warden. We're back here. Now we're going to go over the Okinawa Pilot Raider. So again, this ship has a special place in my heart because of Star Trek Starfleet Command and how many times I've played that campaign over and over again. And we always had to start with this ship. So there it is, the Okinawa Pilot Raider. And again, there's the same little info there. So a snapshot of the Okinawa Pilot Raider. So Space Console is a dual plasma charge launcher. Space Console ability, dual plasma charge launcher there. Starship trait, weapons of war, experimental weapon, modular fusion beam. And it's a 5-1 weapon layout. So largely overlooked by many historians of the era, the Okinawa class Raider is a crucial tool in Starfleet's arsenal during the Klingon Cold War of the late 23rd century. The Okinawa is a maneuverable starship armed with a powerful or the powerful modular fusion beam experimental weapon. This potent combination allows it to chase down nimble Urel-class birds of prey and fight back against their deadly disruptor cannons. An accomplished border, patrol, and planetary defense ship, the Okinawa fills a critical role in keeping the peace on the edge of the final frontier. It can strike hard, with enough firepower to deliver a significant punch to even the largest enemies, and enough versatility to survive the encounter and come back for more. So the ship has unique seating given the class and comes with one commander tactical pilot and then one lieutenant commander universal pilot. So this is a full pilot ship. So the costumes and customization. So here it goes. So the Okinawa premiered in the classic 1999 Star Trek game, Star Trek Starfleet Command, as the Federation's smallest capital ship during the tumultuous decade of the 2280s. There she is in all its glory. Next. So the Ventura visual variant is an adaptation of the Okinawa to the 60s mid-century modern aesthetic of the Star Trek, the original series. Originally seen in the IDW comic Star Trek crew, we are proud to bring the Ventura to life in Star Trek Online. So that's cool. It looks pretty cool. I feel like I've seen this before in like a calendar shot. I don't know, captains, if you know, let me know below. I feel like I've seen that. And here you go, the Alameda visual variant upgrades the Okinawa's profile to the modern era and sports the high contrast advanced hull plating native to Star Trek Online's 25th century. Again, from this look here, this reminds me of that ship from Star Trek Renegade. I don't remember the name of it. Captains, if you know, let me know in the comments below. But it really, really looks like it. I like the saucer. I like the look of it. The only thing I don't like of it is the torpedo launcher below, but we'll look at that in a bit here. So here is the ship details. So hull mod 0.95, shield mod 1.25. It is a 5-1 weapon layout with 2 device slots. And again, the commander tactical pilot, lieutenant commander universal pilot, lieutenant commander universal, lieutenant universal, and ensign universal. Very versatile ship. Consoles, you got 4 TAC, 3 Eng, 4 Psi. Base turn rate 18, impulse mod 0.2, inertia 85. Plus 10 to weapon and engine. Can equip dual cannons, of course, improved rate of flanking. Console is a dual plasma charge launcher. Experimental weapon is a modular fusion beam. Pilot maneuvers, ship mechanic. So the Raider package, plus AC miss, plus damage, plus critical chance, and the starship trait is weapons of war. So Admiralty stats, Eng 33, Psi 35, TAC 49, plus 35 TAC when alone. So console, the dual plasma charge launcher. So using stolen Raman technology, the Federation managed to master the control of plasma using a centrifugal force to control the distribution of matter as it is formed into torpedoes. This sounds so much like Star Trek Starfleet Command. This means that 2 torpedoes need to be fired in quick succession, with the plasma cores becoming unstable and splitting into multi-missile warheads after a few seconds. I feel like that visual, I can see that in my head because that's some of the visuals I remember in Star Trek Starfleet Command. Anyways, this console passively provides a small boost to the following starship tactical skills. So energy weapons, so projectile weapons, defense maneuvering, weapon AC, and specialization and amplification, tactical readiness, hull pen, and shield pen. Interesting. That is a lot. So here's the tooltip for the console: dual plasma charge launcher, so +5 most tactical skills. So dual plasma charge launcher, 2 plasma torpedoes explode into plasma missiles, 180 targeting arc, fires 2 level 66 plasma charges that seek out foes within 10 clicks. Ooh. If torpedo finds target in 3 seconds, it detonates for 35,354 plasma damage. If the plasma torpedo fails to find a target in 5 seconds, it explodes into missiles. They seek up to 5 targets in a 5-click sphere. 9,427.9 plasma damage per missile. It sounds cool. Experimental weapon, the modular fusion beam. So designed to react quickly to the distance of targeted enemies within range, the modular fusion beam gives a far higher damage output dependent on how close it is to the enemy, with the closest ranges also significantly reducing the target's ability to regenerate. So modular fusion fires 3 types of fusion beam based on distance from target. That's some new technology we're talking about here. So designed to react quickly to the distance of targeted enemies within range, the modular fusion beam gives a far higher damage output dependent on how close it is. Yep. So strike beam ranges 10 click to 5 clicks, standard radiation damage plus, so about 40% shield 10. Lancing beam 5 click to 3 clicks, strong radiation damage 80% shield 10, minor shield drain to target. Under 3 clicks, powerful radiation damage 100% shield 10, major shield drain on target. I mean, it sounds cool. How to perform, I don't know, but it sounds cool. Not gonna lie. So Starship trait, weapons of war. Again, Deca, please put some gifts here. Let us see what these look like. Weapons of war. So weapons of war uses data collected on weapon fire to implement short improvements to all weapons on that type for a short burst. Continued use of those weapons will not stack the effect, but can make it semi-continuous. So weapons of war, firing any type of basic weapons, beam, cannon, torpedo, mine, will apply plus 25% all damage for that weapon for 10 seconds. Each weapon's type's effects do not stack, of course. So that sounds kind of cool too as well. So, not gonna lie, this wins the Space Barbie look for me. Not 100% is the tier 6 skin, but again, we're gonna go over that in a quick second. So going back to the bundle here, bundle information. So those are the 3 ships, of course, this bundle comes with. What do we also get? Starfleet environmental suits, 2271 orange, as seen in Star Trek Motion Picture, 1979, pairs perfectly with the classic thruster pack from our features, a unique arm scanner sweep power. So there's the arm scanner sweep. The target minus 50 all damage resistance rating for 12 seconds. To target, minus 60 stealth. Strength for 8 to stealth, plus 30 perception for 8 seconds. 6% chance to expose target for 9 seconds. So that's a bundle exclusive, and oh my god, that is so ugly. That is so ugly. I don't like that. The Wrath of Khan cadet uniform, as seen in the Wrath of Khan bundle exclusive. There you go. Not also my favorite looking thing, but sure, that's that. Wrath of Khan cadet uniform. Next, the Universal Kit Module, SETI Alpha 5 Eel. This Universal Kit Module allows players to spawn a SETA Alpha Eel in combat, which uses multiple different attacks against nearby enemies. So, release a deadly specimen on your enemies, burning their skin with toxic attacks while rending their minds. The fully grown SETI Alpha 5 Eel can launch larvae at groups of enemies, holding and confusing them. It can also completely take over the mind of weaker enemies, turning foe into friend for a short amount of time while increasing their damage and threat regen while they fight on your side of battle. That sounds cool. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds cool. Especially for like pet builders on ground. Here you go. Summons a level 66 SETI Alpha Eel for 60 seconds. Toxic Spit, 146 toxic damage. Larval Infestation, up to 6 foes within 30 feet radius. Hold for 4.4 seconds. Confused for 14.8 seconds. Total control of targeted foe becomes ally for 15 seconds. While allied, oh my god, also gains increased damage output, increased threat regen, and auto cleanse if last remaining combatant. And there it is, the ugly, there's the, pretty bad. Additional valuable consumable items, one time only. So 3 ship slots, makes sense, should be 4. Why? Because it does come also with a tier 6 ship coupon. 9 starship upgrades and 100 low buy, that should be increased, just saying. So again, here is the info on the ships. We've already gone through this, so there's nothing really more there to go through other than this last bit of information here at the end. So this bundle becomes available on PC as soon as maintenance is down. So as of the drop of this video, it's already up. It can be purchased at a temporarily discounted price of 9,735 Zen. So some of you captains know, if you don't, how I value ships in terms of bundles is I divide them by the price that you buy them. And if I'm not mistaken because it's already having got Google calculator right there. The 4 ships, 2,433. So that is the value of the 4 ships. I don't care about the extras, and to be honest with you, reading the extras here in this bundle doesn't excite me. I'm just excited about the ships. So, but for me, I'm going to be able to get them in another way, which we'll go over in a little bit here. So, continuing on here, this discount will remain in place until July 29th, at which point the bundle returns to its full price of 12,500 Zen. The 3 primary starships are also available to be purchased separately and will also be discounted at 2,400 Zen apiece. Same period of time before returning to the full price of 3,000 Zen each. So there you go. So for the bundle price on this sale price of, I believe, 25%, you get it for 24, 33, or whatever that we saw there. There will be a 33% bundle sale or 35% bundle sale down the road, about a month, maybe 2. Captains, if you can wait, there you go. If you can't, well, there it is. Now, what we're going to do now, quickly, is go here and leave that on screen there. But now we're going to go into the store bridge. Well, why? Because we get to actually look at them in the sea store. So we'll go to the ships here. As it says, please wait. And as you can see, I can get them for 100% off because I have coupons in my inventory that I can use them on. So I think this is the way that I'm going to go, because the rest of the bundle does not interest me 100%. It really doesn't. I don't care about the suit. I don't care about the Wrath of Khan stuff. I don't care about the Universal Kit module or the pet stuff. I really don't care. So this is probably the way that we're going to go. So we get to look at the ship here a little bit here. So look at that. Look at that bad boy. That looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. So this is the Warden. Again, the only thing I didn't like about it is the nacelles being too spindly from the front and side views. But this looks so cool. Like, look at that torpedo launcher. That just looks so badass. No? That looks cool. You know we're going to turn this into a torpedo launcher too, right? Deflector. I love the look of the deflector. I really love the look of that. That looks so cool. And you have additional torp launch. See, this could have been a torp boat. You know what? It will be a torp boat. Screw it. I'm going to make it a torp boat. But there is the Warden look. Kind of really digging the look. I'm not going to lie. Of course, the Ranger that was remastered. And there is the TMP version of it. Definitely TMP-ified there. Looks pretty good too. Same torpedo pod from the Miranda. Sporting the same looks there as the Ranger. And then of course the classic TMP deflector. And I'm pretty sure these are like pulse cannons, I guess. Actually, we can go a little closer than that. That looks pretty good. We'll go back here to the Warden because, yeah, look at that. Torpedo launchers galore. Look at that. Torpedoes there. And torpedoes there. Like, man, this could have been the big command. If this was good, oh, yeah, never mind. Now, of course, you can get this version, but it says it's separate. Variants unlockable by purchasing Temporal Special Agent Pack. No, I don't like the look of this at all. It looks very ugly, so we're not going to even worry about that. So that's the Warden. We're going to look at the Okinawa. Again, we're very familiar with this. It looks pretty pretty. I never saw the underside of this ship, so this is the first time I saw it. So it just has a torpedo launcher there. One aft torpedo launcher there. And again, this is kind of how I saw it the whole time, just doing this. In Star Trek Starfleet Command, this is all I saw. I thought there was a deflector there, but no. So there's a look of the Okinawa. Now we're going to go on to the Ventura first. So this is apparently an IDW thing. It looks pretty. So this looks good. The torpedo, I believe those are torpedo launchers. I think. Right behind the sensor dome there. Sure. Why not? So the torpedoes go out and then down. No aft torpedo launcher, but very TOS-ified. Looking pretty good. A little bit more smexy lines here. So there is the Ventura. And of course, now we go to the Alameda. I'm going to do that first, because why? Because this looks pretty cool. Again, it looks like that ship from Renegades. So I can pretend. But I don't like what they did with the torpedo launcher there. Literally just stuck it down and that. I'm hoping I can do something with the Okinawa and just use the Okinawa one. I'm hoping. Because that kind of ruins for me. It really does. It just kind of sticks out. It's just weird. They should have just tucked it in the belly there. Like, have it still sticking out here, I guess, but that just makes it look weird. Again, you're not going to really see it a lot, but I mean, I am. There's the aft torpedo launcher, but the details, again, this looks really good. I really don't mind the look of this, other than that. Oh, look, more torpedo launchers. Frick! Let's go! Torpedo-rama! Anyways, so that is the Alameda, or the Okinawa, and we're leaving this one till last, because this is where I get a little pissed off. So again, even the TOS version had torpedo launcher, torpedo pod, bruh. But it looks good to those who love the TOS era and wants another ship. And last night in our stream there, we actually were using the Atlas, so another 4 nacelle ship comes to Star Trek Online, which we don't mind at all. You can see the classic antennas fore and aft. And of course, this is what we know it as, the Proxima 2, as we saw it in Star Trek Legacy. I love the look of this, I really do. And again, look, how many launchers do you have there? That is 6 launchers on the saucer alone. And then 4 on the torpedo. Are you kidding me? Like, why not make this command? Ah. I don't know, Caps, if you've been paying attention how many times I sounded disappointed, just hashtag number it in the comments below. But my goodness. And then again, 4 torpedo launchers in the back of the pod, and then another 4. 2 on each hull. Are you crapping me? This should have been a command. This really should have been a command. I'm sorry. I'm just... Yeah. Again, is it going to stop us from getting it? No. We're going to get this shit. I'm just saying... missed opportunity. Anyways, so there is that variant, and then lastly, we'll check out this variant here, the Pollux. So again, that looks smexy. That looks really good. Like, I love the look of the nacelles. You got the height there. It matches of how, like, the profile of this ship looks really good. I love the profile. It's a kind of squat profile. I wish they would just raise this a little bit. I'm not even sure if that is a torpedo launcher, what they made it here, or is it some sort of... Yeah, I'm not sure what that is now. Well, it's not a torpedo launcher, but the torpedo launchers are here in the middle there. And of course, in the aft. So still a torpedo. But yeah, the deflectors, I kind of dig it. I'm okay with it. The only thing I'm not okay with is Special British Officer seat, but again, disappointment number however many. But the overall look, the Space Barbie of this looks absolutely amazing. Again, I like the look. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely do enjoy the look of this. It's really looking good. So what saved this for me is definitely the space barbability of this. So those are the ships. Thought we would go over that quickly before we go end the video here. So I know it's a long video. All these will be timestamped, of course, but we had to go over this bundle and of course drop our ECs. Is it worth it? Yes. For me, it's not to get the bundle because, like I said, I'm not in it for the bundle exclusives or, you know, the costumes there. I'm in it for the ships. I'm going to get the ships individually. I'm going to get the 3 ships individually. The last bundle, the 15th anniversary bundle, I skipped on the Corolla Pioneer. I still will get them, but I feel a little bit more excited about these ships here. So when I like a ship, I'll get it. Even though one particular ship is not what I thought it would be, it's okay. We're still going to get it. We're still going to have fun. We're going to enjoy it for how we can. And of course, we'll feature those builds when we get to them, and we'll post up here on the YouTube channel. So captains, that is the video, a very long video. I appreciate you captains staying here till the end. So do us a favor, hit the like button, comment below, let us know what you think of this bundle of individual ships. I really want to know if you're going to get the bundle or not, or what you think of the ships itself. Of course, if you're new, consider subscribing again here to the YouTube bridge, and we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.
And if you're staying till the end here, hashtag table flip.